What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at base Gattuso. He was actually really nice last year, so I'm hoping he has the same effect. He is a 2-star skill move, 3-star weak foot, right footed, 5'10" with that medium high build. We've got him at 367k, which hopefully should kind of cover the tax on him. He has got solid player, leadership, and team player, and then also his stats looking pretty heavy-sided to the defending and the physical, but we have whacked Catalyst on him to get that pace and dribbling, or dribbling and passing, for instance. What I want to know today is, what's the best icon you have used this year? Let me know down below. That's going to be the comment of the day. Let's see who wins. So, I meant pace and passing as the Catalyst gets up. Obviously, passing this year is a huge one to get right. He has got a 9 just because he is player bought, not obviously pack pulled. In terms of what you get from the Catalyst, you'll have an 83 pace and an 83 passing. So, it turns him into a 91 DM, as obviously his defending is already 90 and he's already got 88 physical. He isn't necessarily a player that's going to win the ball in the air. He doesn't necessarily have the greatest heading accuracy or jumping. He is going to be strictly on the floor. So passing should be quite nice. He ends up with 92 short, 94 long, with obviously the 94 reactions already, and he's got a bit of balance more than agility. Composure being 79 should be okay, but again, later on in the game, that could be the problem. With Gattuso, he is coming in at a good price, to be honest. I think that is a relatively high price for an 85 base, but there normally is a good reason for it, and last year he was pretty good. Like, yes, in terms of kind of like his rating, his kind of icon status, he actually wasn't a bad card. So let's jump into him, see what Gattuso can do. Right then, a bit of Gattuso. What can we find with him? Let's have a look at him. He does strike me as somebody who should be quite a nice icon. I think him passing should be actually relatively good, to be honest. So he's going to be an interesting one to see how well he does actually play. Gattuso chilling on the box. Oh, he absolutely takes him, goes for the drive, and Neuer with a big boy save as we get the corner. But that is fantastic pick-up play from him just outside the edge of the box. He is going to find it again, get the pass off quickly, and Kone is going to find it in, but he's going to have his left foot taken away here. He's going to find it back again. Oh, good defending from this guy. Gets a massive, massive lunge on him. Oh, and he finds it. I thought he was going to completely read that one. As we find it back here, back into him. Oh, and we hold the pace. Can we get a little bit of a finesse? No. And Mbappe is going to go for that. And thank you very much. Beautiful goal. Finds Gattuso in. Oh, he's only gone and done it. And it's rolled in. It's beautiful stuff from him. Gattuso with a little bit of skill, obviously. Not the greatest, so I completely forgot about that. Ball rolls exclusively, and he just chips it in, and it manages to find a way. Gattuso looking for the man. The cut back on the inside. I've lunged just a little bit too early there. Gattuso definitely not the skiller, but ball rolls pretty much most can do, so definitely stick to that. Gattuso, what can we find? Nobody's making it come run off him there. Finds the ball down the wing to Sidibe. He's going to try to find a header across. He is just one of them players. He's a nippy little player, very much like a kind of an Italian Conte. Maybe not to the same sort of level, but most definitely really puts in that shift. You can see he's relatively good on the ball in terms of dribbling. Mbappe is just trying to force his way through here, doing a very, very good job at it as well. There he goes with a finesse, and that's just phenomenal from him. But like I say, Gattuso is kind of that player. Nippy, fast, gets around, can turn a little bit, but he's not necessarily going to be a shooter. Gattuso in action once more. We're going to find him up the pitch. We went for the ball roll, but instead he goes for the long run. Gattuso, he's not bad at dribbling. He's got a little bit about him. I can really see him putting in a shift. No? Okay, I thought we may have been able to, but he can put in a shift in a game, most definitely. We can see that 100%. Going to go for a left-footed wonder strike, which is just never going to happen. So again, he's going to find a little ball roll into a pass, and that is a stunning through ball. Pass it across, and it's been missed. Pepe to step up there. He's passed it away. He knows the centre-backs are definitely not the way to go. He is just focusing mainly on Sidibe there, which is the smart option. Obviously, we've got a common goal to try and go against, and yes, that is going to be always where you're going to go, but doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get there all the time. Oh, Gattuso nearly getting a shot on goal into Gattuso, finding his way in, finding a bit of an Mbappe, but again, like I say, his Kimpembe blocking out the way there. But Gattuso, passing-wise, especially the catalyst, I feel like is a very important trait there. That is a very nice chem start to put on him. So then what do we think to Gattuso then? So he's coming in now. I think I normally look at the market sales to see. We've put mine back up for 400, which technically would give me a 13k profit. Would happily take that. Would obviously take just kind of the tax back. But I think for me, he's coming in relatively anywhere between 380 to 400, depending on what day you get it. Because there is obviously some of these little ones at 367, which again, I got mine at 367, which was a bid, which I can imagine probably was one of these somewhere. I don't know how long ago I got him, to be fair, but we did get him for 367. And obviously that's the 17th, so that's going a bit too far back. But most in general was a fantastic. I think these are all buy now, in fact, as well. They may not actually be bid, potentially, but for me, a solid card. Not necessarily the most powered or all-round player, but he definitely does the basics very well. His passing was quite nice with the catalyst. I think that is definitely a must. His defending and physical was really good, actually, for a 5'10" player who definitely does feel quite small. Very nice and kind of tactical with it. He's very, like I say in the video, he is very much like a Conte, kind of the Italian version in icons, and obviously the price as well, to be fair to him. But I think for me, he is actually a very, I don't know, he's just a kind of player that really battles for you, and that not necessarily always happens, but you do find these sorts of players that do just genuinely manage to win the ball back consistently, and I think he's one of them, to be honest with you. Dribbling wise, not again his massive strong suit. I think the one thing that will really kind of deter people from any version of Gattuso is the 2-star skills and the 3-star weak foot. For me, I think that is far too low for right now. You're definitely looking at more of a 4-4. If you can, a 5-star weak foot is absolutely spot on. But unfortunately, I don't think we get an upgrade per version. I could be wrong. The prime moments could have an upgrade, but by the looks of the prime, mid, and base, they don't actually get an upgrade. It is just stats. So that for me is going to be the big thing that holds him back. And I just cannot remember if they had an upgrade in the prime moments. If they do, then obviously that is perfect. I'm hoping for a 4-4 at the very minimum. But if there isn't, I do think that's going to be a real holdback for an icon, especially an icon that kind of is 400k plus at this moment in time. The catalyst is definitely the way to go. Personally, people are looking at engine or catalyst. Engine gets you some more agility balance, I suppose, some good dribbling. Obviously still gets you the passing, but just halves what you can get on that pace. But then you've just got to ask yourself, is the agility balance worth missing out on a max amount of pace and a max amount of passing? I think it most definitely could be. I feel like the agility balance is, again, quite important. If you do use that, you do get 91 balance, which again is pretty nice. It's pretty up there. But I think he is a nice card. I just don't think he is worth 400k at the moment. I do think that he will be better than his mid. We will try his mid out at some point and kind of have the kind of comparison, and then obviously the prime when they come out. But I do think the base is definitely better than the mid, just in kind of a lot of ways, to be honest. Obviously the mid has the same sort of pace, which is fine, but there is a -8 on passing, which again this year is huge. You cannot be losing 8 on a passing. Obviously you do get 2 physical, but you lose 3 defending, you lose 4 dribbling, and also 4 shooting. Personally, I don't know how this card is even higher rated, but I think for me it is a massive downgrade, going from obviously 76 pace passing to 68 passing. That for me is just far too much, and it will show exactly why there is that 70 to 80k gap. Overall for Gattuso, I think if I was looking at an icon base, looking at more of a kind of midfielder, I feel like I'm going to have to give him somewhere in the regions of an 8.4. I think that just, it shouts out to me. I think he's up there, and he's definitely up there in terms of what he can do. There is a few kind of drawbacks from him, but most definitely can get a job done in quite a few ways. But then again, the price again is a little bit tough for a 2-star, 3-star, somebody who's going to have a catalyst or an engine. They can't work on their defense or something like that. Even if it is quite high, you know that you can't max that out at all, whereas somebody with potentially 85 passing, you could maybe leave that. You could leave that passing alone, whack it straight on the defending, pace and physical. Jobs are good. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.